Growing up, everybody dreams about what they want to be when they get older. Astronauts, teachers, millionaires, I mean, you name it, everything. But if you told me what I was going to be when I grew up and things I was going to do, there's no way I'd believe you. No chance.
Smiles all around for the Broncos tonight.
The best thing about being Buster Bronco is that there's no day quite like game day. But here was my chance to go become an athlete, to be a part of athletics. I went from being spectator, the ultimate spectator, to now being the photographer, and then now I'm Buster. I'm the mascot. I'm the center of the attention, the sideshow, and everything. I started this full circle experience, and so I became Buster, and I fell in love with the team that I had around me. I had, and it just changed my whole perspective of college in general. I was a sophomore from Colorado who had very little social experience. This was a very, very left field step for me that I didn't expect and nobody really expected, but I did it. And I chased this dream of becoming the person everybody wanted to know. It started to teach me of how important it is to be a part of campus. It taught me how important it is to be involved and to invest yourself into being a part of the community. And what many people don't realize is going through a transition from high school where you don't have many friends to college where you don't know anybody and you're starting over, completely clean. And the things I was going through with my life, it was very challenging. And Buster taught me, it was no, now you have somewhere you belong. You have somewhere that people want you there. Maybe they wanted Buster, whatever, I won't take it personally. And I fell in love with it it was unlike anything else. It was being back in sports again. You may not have been the main show, everyone's there for the football game, but being the sideshow and everybody loves you and everybody wants to see you, it was just this undescribable feeling. And I now remembered why I stuck in college. I now remembered why I stayed with what I was doing. And you go from being at these games where everyone's screaming your name and everyone wants to see you and high fives and autographs and all this, and you live this celebrity life. And then you walk across the street from Extra Mile Arena and you go get changed into your regular street clothes. You get changed into your normal outfit. And you walk out of that locker room and you walk past all these fans who are just screaming your name and nobody knows who you are. You're a stranger. And it hurts.
What do you think that school could improve on for Buster?
The hardships of Buster's a selfless and thankless role. People don't realize the work we put into it. The hours at practice, the hours in suit. I mean, the hardest part was that nobody knows who you are. And you work so damn hard and you put all this effort into it and people don't realize that. That is while it's thankless, it is arguably the most wholesome and giving thing.
It's rewarding even though you're not getting the recognition. Yeah.
Exactly. And you don't have this ability to communicate if something's wrong. The amount of times where something fell in front of my eyes underneath the costume and I couldn't see and I was literally blind.
You can't do anything about it.
No, you can't put your hands in where you can't give away that you're the character. So you have to have somebody help you and you gotta hide somewhere and get it fixed and you have to hide the integrity of this. People don't realize the things you have to think about and what you have to go through to make sure you protect them. So It's awesome. I love it though.
The objective of Buster is to keep Buster a secret, to keep Buster hidden from everybody else. What people didn't realize was through my college career was that Buster was the only reason that I got through my college career. And Buster was such a thankless role, people don't realize. But when the time came that I had to give it up, I wasn't ready. I didn't want to. And to juggle everything I did outside of school and outside of my personal life, to still be involved the way I was and to be the person I was through it all, I wasn't ready to give up my best friend that got me through all the challenges I went through to be where I was. And that's why being Buster was so important to me, was because on the days that people forgot who you were, and they didn't know who Chandler was, but they knew who Buster was, it got me through what I was going through. And it taught me that no matter how hard things can be right now, Buster still is gonna always smile. Buster got no days off. Buster got no days where he couldn't fucking be in a great mood. That bled into my personal life. It allowed me to have this piece of me that always held on for a little bit more. Always got through it. Buster served the role beyond being just the mascot. While I was at school, Buster became my best friend and the person who helped me get through what I was going through. I graduated from Boise State with a 0 on my chest. And I couldn't have done that any better. I couldn't have gone through college and a 4-year experience any better. And I called it. And I said, I'm good. I'm thankful. And I wrote my post. And I came out as Buster publicly. And that to me was, my hands are off. I'm done. I've had my last run. And I called it there and I loved it.
Post-graduation, I've been fortunate to find people and organizations that want to support me and the dreams and goals that I have now. Being able to be self-sustaining, but to have the resources around me that are needed and necessary to function in the space I'm in. Being able to work in a team that's providing a message and brand to go against stigmas and stereotypes of what tattooed people are, and to being able to work with a gym that is really trying to set the standard. I mean, two different fronts that share different similar mindsets but are differently challenging the industries that they are in, and being able to be a part of those and create what that visually looks like and influence that overall message is super cool. It helps me stay grounded by, being in these spaces, to being able to work with these people, reminding myself that day in and day out, you've got to put the work in, you got to make sure you get after it. Those are important things for me to be able to have at the forefront of my focus. Stay driven, stay focused, be passionate and involved in what it is that you do, so that way when the time comes that things get challenging and things get hard, you have your boundaries, you have your guidelines, you have your staples that get you through those days and get you through those challenges, so that way you can come out on the other side successful and able to function in ways that people maybe not would have seen you capable of doing so.
Many people know, one of my big sayings is that nobody cares, work harder. I didn't know this saying was a big piece of me until I found this company. But when I found it and I saw the saying, I immediately just latched. Like, that's it. Being Buster, where nobody knows who you are, being a photographer where you're most often not going to be tagged or acknowledged, you get forgotten, you become just the camera guy. You have to remember, it's not that nobody cares about you or that nobody doesn't want you to do what you're doing or nobody loves you. It's none of that. But it's that nobody cares about what you're doing because everyone's chasing their own dream, and you've just got to keep working, because it's not what they think about you. It's not what somebody else tells you what you should or should not be. It's what do you want to become? What do you love to be? Because as people, the only thing that we really have is ourselves and the stories that we make of it. You have to be passionate and well-rooted in what it is you love. And as long as you stick to that because you love it and because you want to do it for you, nobody in this world can stop you from becoming that. That means something to me. And so I'm just getting started on my journey. I'm 22 years young, and I'm beyond excited to keep going after what I'm doing and to keep impacting more people as I go. So while other people want to go ahead and dream to be astronauts or firefighters or millionaires, while no one could have told me what I was going to do for the last 4 years, now that I know that the boundaries are a lot bigger, I'm still pretty confident that nobody's going to be able to tell me the amount of crazy things I'm going to do over the next 10 years of my life. So